Hello. What's good, everybody? How y'all doing? Y'all got your coffee poured, ready to go? Hopefully it's just coffee for y'all. I remember back in the good old days, and I say that sarcastically, good old days, where I'd have to wake up in the morning and have me a hot ass beer. Oh, I remember those days. Nope. Matter of fact, in 3 days, it's been 5 months since I've had any alcohol. That's pretty good. We got Enchanted Cottage in the house. Howdy doody. What's good with you? I actually slept in a little bit later today. We went out last night and watched some race cars and was out a little bit later than I normally like to be out. I'm getting old, y'all. I swear, I'm just getting old. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. I'm getting fucking old. I don't like going out and doing shit, you know? I don't like going out and doing shit. Yeah, I know I'm only 33. There's a lot of you saying, oh, you're a young pup. And I'm still a young pup, but I'm getting old, man. I don't know any other way to put it. I'm boring. I don't like to go out and do anything anymore. I like to sit around at the house and just do nothing and be boring and relax, and that's it, you know? So anywho, let's see. We got Amy, Jackie, Jenny, Chris, and Enchanted Cottage. Good morning, everybody. I don't know why my eyes are watering this morning. Still tired from last night. I had to drive home. Leah decided to have a couple of drinky drinks, so I drove home sleepy, like, can barely see. You know what I mean? And my eyes look horrible. I got bags under my eyes right now. Whoosah. Anyway, what's up, people? I went out and watched some races last night. I haven't done nothing like that in a while. Like I said, I don't even really care to go out and do nothing. I don't. If you ask me, so Rich, what are you gonna do for 4th of July? I want to sit my ass right here. We got a couple little kitty fireworks we're gonna go pop off out in the street. You know, nothing big, none of those big or nothing like that. But yeah, man, I'm boring, dude. I feel like I never thought that I would live to see the day that I'm out till 11 o'clock and I'm so tired. And I'm having a hard time getting up this morning because I'm thinking, oh, I was out till 11 last night, you know? Good Lord, man. Just a few short years ago, 5 years ago, you know? Be out till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, wasted, hammered, you know? Wake up at 5 a.m., bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to do it again, you know? Fuck, not anymore. Not anymore. Getting into the dirty 30s, man. I can't do that shit no more. I mean, I probably could if I was really pushing myself. If I was really pushing myself to those low vibrations, I probably still could, honestly. I probably could. But whenever you start raising frequency, you become sensitive to that low vibrational shit, you know? You become real sensitive to it. Start raising frequencies and, ooh, there goes the ear, speaking of which. You know, start raising frequencies, getting rid of all the old low vibrational shit and start becoming accustomed to what it's like to be and live in a higher vibration. That low frequency shit just doesn't cut it no more, man. You know, you get real sensitive to it. Real sensitive to low frequency foods, which I ate plenty of yesterday. Oh, I ain't doing that today. I gotta run at least a mile today. I gotta at least get my ass over to Leah's gym. She can take me in and be a guest. We run a little mile, you know, because I fucking ate me some shit food yesterday. I'm not feeling good for it, you know. Yeah, it is different in your 30s, isn't it? It is different. To me, I mean, I look back and I see. Of course, like I've said to y'all a million times, I know there's always new faces in here, but I'm probably going to try to steer around some lectures and things that I've repeated 100,000 times. But like I've said, my whole goal is transformation. It has been since I was 27 years old and I went homeless. You know, I attempted suicide, got stuck in a mental hospital, got out of the mental hospital, went homeless and lived on the streets for 6 months. Ever since then, early 2016, my whole goal has been transformation. Period. You know, for the last 5 years. So I can still kind of look back though. Like I got a few old friends on Facebook who were my friends from way back when, you know? And I always hung out with the older crowd. I just always have. Always. I've always clicked. I've never clicked with people my age, really. I always click with the older crowd. So I'm like an 18-year-old kid hanging out with the 30-year-olds. And a lot of times they would like forget. They'd be like, oh, fuck, man, I keep forgetting how young you are. You know, because everybody always thought that I was older. Everybody always assumed that I was 10, 15 years older than I was. Always. Well, anyway, so I'm like 18, 19, and these people are like in their late 20s, early 30s at the time. And they were fucking partying away at it. And I look now, this was 12, 13 years ago. They're still doing the same shit to this day that they were doing back then. You know, you can look at their Facebook profile. Still posting pictures that look like, dude, if it wasn't for the wrinkles on your face now, I would think that that was from back when we hung out. But no, you're still doing the same shit we were doing back as teenagers. And that's the sad part. They weren't teenagers. There was these two people in particular. One of them, let's see, by now has to be, oh shit, he's in his 40s now, and the other one's in his 50s. You know? And I see that, and I'm like, damn, dude. Now look at my life. I take a look at my life, and I smile, you know? Because I see some people from way back in the day still looping around in the same circles they've been looping around in since. And I was in that circle with them, you know? I looped around in those circles. You know, the cycles, the toxic cycles we get into. You know, I was in there with them. And then I ended up breaking out of that mold. And I look back and you still see some people doing the same shit. And I'm like, dude, man, what would it be like? What would it feel like right now to still be living in that same fucking town? You know, just, I couldn't even imagine. I don't regret my experience, my story that's brought me here. I have zero regrets whatsoever. None, you know. Do I have a lot of stupid shit that I look back on that I'm kind of embarrassed about sometimes? Yeah. You know, I'm not proud of every little experience, but as a whole, the story, looking at the whole story as a big picture, yeah, I have no regrets of every step that I took to get to where I am today, you know. It's just kind of heartbreaking. To look back and be like, damn, dude, for the last 15 years, you're still living on the same street. You know? Still working at the same place. Still doing the same shit around the same people. And I guess the funny thing about it is that, because I remember back then, that's what I thought I wanted. That's what I thought I wanted at the time. You know? And it sounds cute on paper. I look sometimes, there's a few people that I like went to school with, went to high school with and whatnot. They're still in the same relationship. Dude. Now I know that sounds cute on paper because that's what we think we want. Not me. I'm like, oh, I'm so glad that I'm not still with any of those people I was with in my early 20s or whatever, you know? Late teens, early 20s. I know this one couple in particular who's been together since we were in the fucking 9th grade. We're in our 30s now, you know? And I look at that and I'm just like, damn, because at the time, and it's funny too, because, you know, at the time, I can remember losing relationships and getting broken up with and whatever, and just being heartbroken, dude. Like my poor little pea-picking 15-year-old heart just be on the floor when I get broke up with, you know? Now, looking back, some of those people got into relationships and stayed in them. And I'm like, oh, thank you, universe. I'm thankful for it now. I look back like, oh, thank you for not letting me fall into that trap. You know, and isn't it funny how you can experience something that's so painful and so sad and then be able to look back thankful? I run into that a lot more often than you would think. Oh, fuck yeah, it's hard to break cycles. Hell yeah, it is. Damn Skippy, it is. Hell yeah, it's hard to break cycles. Yep, the way I look at it though, I think it's very safe to assume that the vast majority of us would like a change. Yes? So, what is it that I want to change? Why do I want to change it? Okay, now, if the discomfort and the pain that it takes to change is greater than the thing that I actually want to change, then the thing I want to change must not be that bad. You see what I'm saying? Perfect example, going into fitness, like if you're overweight or whatnot. I have one or two choices. I can either spend the next, however long, fat, uncomfortable in my own skin, and miserable. Or I can spend the next however long getting up and going to the gym every morning, putting myself through excruciating pain. They're both gonna suck. Which one sucks worse? Which one sucks worse? You know? I got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'd rather get up and throw myself in the fire every single morning for the rest of my life than live the rest of my life fat and ugly and I don't like what I see when I look in the mirror and whatnot, you know? So yeah, hell yeah, it's hard to break cycles. You dadgum dang old Skippy, it's hard. Nobody ever said it was easy. But if the pain that it takes and the discomfort that it takes to break that cycle is greater than the cycle itself, then the cycle must not be all that bad, you know? You got to get to the point to where the thing that you want to change, that's more painful than anything else. Because me, like I say, shit, dude, you know what? I've already experienced losing everything. I've lost everything. At the point that I got to fuck it mode, I'd already lost everything. I'd already experienced what it's like to lose every single thing and every single person in your life. And I had nothing. All I had to my name was a couch cushion and a blanket, and that was my bed that I slept on up under a bridge. That's not a cute saying. I don't just say I lived under a bridge because it sounds cool. Like I lived up under a fucking bridge, dude. And at that point, I'm like, well, I don't have anything else left to lose. I have nothing left to lose. What's it gonna hurt if I start playing around with this law of attraction thing? If I just throw my hands in the air and say, fuck it, my way doesn't work. I'm gonna have to change who I am. I'm gonna have to change the way that I think. I'm gonna have to change some old belief systems of mine that I've been clinging to for years and years and years. What's that gonna hurt? What's it really gonna hurt? I'm gonna tell you what hurts. What hurts is sleeping outside in the 30-degree weather, soaking wet because it's raining. Semi-freezing, that hurts, that sucks. What hurts is you sitting on the side, sitting down on the sidewalk, watching people that you went to school with, they walk past you, they know that you're broke, you're a bum, you're homeless, and they know it, and you get to sit there in shame and guilt, not have enough money to eat something, so I gotta go dive in the dumpster and hope I don't get caught. And then I do get caught sometimes. That hurts. When I get busted in a dumpster and I get run out and kicked off the property because I'm hungry and I had to jump in the trash can and try to find food. That hurts. That hurts. You know what I mean? So the pain of transformation doesn't hurt as bad as all that. That shit was way worse. That was way worse. Dig what I'm saying? So that's just me personally. That's just me. A lot of people, it doesn't get that bad. But I'm one of those types of people, and I'm so fucking stubborn and hard-headed, the universe kicked me down to that depth, that low, before I pop my head out of my ass and be like, oh, okay, I reckon I ought to make a few changes. You don't have to be as stubborn as me. Don't be as stubborn as me, because it sucks, I promise you. If the universe keeps trying to guide you down a path and you keep fighting it, 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 finally, the universe gonna kick the tower over on your ass. I promise you. Oh, I promise you. Mm-hmm. And if you're that type of person, if that's the only way you can learn, like me, okay, cool, right on. You in for one hell of a ride, but I would avoid it if possible. I do now. I do now. Whenever I feel that, when I feel what universe is like, let go of this thing or this person, let them go. They don't need to be in your life anymore. I've learned how to go, okay, all right, you know, or go down this path, start doing this thing. But it's weird. Start doing this thing. Start walking down this path. Okay, it's weird and uncomfortable. I don't really feel right doing this, but okay, you know, that's the way I roll now, you know. So, anywho, thank y'all for the positive feedback. Yeah, Leah's a pretty lady, absolutely. She's in bed right now getting her beauty sleep. She had her a couple of drinky drinks last night, and I didn't. I'm sober as a bird. Doo-doo. Doesn't even sound tempting, dude. It really doesn't. Doesn't even sound tempting. I don't know what happened. I didn't say to myself, okay, I need to quit drinking, and I set me this quit date and all this. That didn't happen. Just one day, I just started saying, it doesn't even sound good right now. I don't think I'll have a drink today. And I woke up the next day and said, it still doesn't sound good. And I'm still, now 5 months later, I'm still like, it doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound fun, you know? So, I don't know. Anyway, though. Anywho. Yes, happy 4th, everybody. Happy 4th. You were breakfast in bed? Well, she's weird sometimes. Sometimes she doesn't like food in the morning. I gotta see what mood she's in when she wakes up. Sometimes she wakes up hungry as hell. Sometimes she wakes up not hungry and wants to drink coffee. And if she drinks coffee, then it makes her not hungry. She can't eat food and have coffee at the same time. So you never know, you know. You never know. It's one of those things. She's a woman. Women are very unpredictable sometimes with what mood they're going to be in. So I have no clue what mood she's going to be in when she wakes up. She'll either want food or want coffee. You know, so I have no idea. I'll have to see. We shall see, said the blind man. But anyway, my fucking nose is stopped up. Anywho, y'all got any fun plans for today? Next year, the vibe. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't resonate with that alcohol vibe no more. Yeah. I'm slowly but surely moving up in frequency. Man, it's fucking... Sometimes I just think about it, and I kind of... Back in the good old days, before I had any awareness of energy behavior, it just seemed like... I don't know. It seemed like one area and one aspect of life was a little bit easier, you know, because once you become aware of your frequency, you become aware of your vibration. It's like a constant self-monitoring, you know, and to me, it puts the load on you a little bit, makes you a little bit more responsible, because I'm constantly having to check what it is I'm doing, what it is I'm eating, how it is I'm feeling, you know. And then when you get in that low vibe, because we're all humans, we all fall into low vibrations throughout the day. Whenever I catch myself slipping into a low, shitty vibe, then I'm thinking, I gotta pull myself up out of this. What do I do? And then, you know what I mean? And it's just, those things didn't used to happen back when I didn't know. Back when I didn't know, I was just stuck in a low vibe all day, every day, and didn't have a clue. You know what I mean? Was the awakening hard for me? I mean, yeah. Yeah. The universe had to fucking shove its foot up my ass for me to pop my eyes open. Oh, I know. Yep. And I hate, y'all know I do the best that I can to not use trendy phrases and lingo and whatnot, you know, because there's a lot of cute little spiritual phrases and shit like that. People just throw them around loosely and ambiguously and don't even know what in the hell they're talking about. But I'm going to use a couple of little phrases, okay? I went through my dark night of the soul, okay? That would have been, it probably started in about 2014. Probably started about 2014, I would have to say. I mean, it's hard to say because my life was never peachy and cream. I was never happy, peaches and cream or anything like that. But it really started spiraling downhill around 2014. Like my mentality, like I really started getting extremely suicidal and just deathly depressed, and then right around that 2015, yeah, that's when it all come crashing down, and it just did. Yeah, everything came crazy. It was everything. My whole life came crashing down. Everything. It just all crashed and burned. And I spent the summer and the fall and the first little bit of winter of 2015 out on the streets. And then it wasn't until I climbed up out of that and was up out of that for a little bit. Let's see. About 2 months after I turned myself into a homeless shelter, I acquired me a free government-issued Obama phone. Y'all remember those things? Remember back in the day? You could prove that you were on government assistance. They give you a free phone. It came with like 250 minutes a month. It's just a cheap little duty piece of shit phone, but a little touchscreen phone you can play on the internet and download apps and whatnot. Well, I got me one of those, and I was sitting at McDonald's one day in downtown Louisville, Kentucky, on 12th and Broadway, that McDonald's right there. And I was playing, had little earbuds, it came in a little set of earbuds, and I was watching YouTube videos, and I accidentally found my first law of attraction video. I was living in a homeless shelter. I think I had just gotten my first job since I had been homeless. Because once I lost my main job that I'd had that job for like 4 or 5 years. And then I went homeless. And I was unemployed and jobless and on the streets and shit like that. Just doing random little hustles for money, And then I just gotten up out of there and gotten my first job that I'd had in about a year. And was making like $8 an hour. Slinging concrete, dude. Working at this concrete factory. And that's when I found my first law of attraction video. And I was like, dude, it just captivated me. It absolutely captivated me. I was like, what the fuck is this? Law of attraction? What the fuck does that mean? It just captivated me and I became obsessed with it. Absolutely obsessed with it. I'm that type of person that when something catches my attention, I get obsessed with it. I don't just get kind of sort of interested in something. When I get into something, I get fucking into it and obsessed with it, And that's what I did. So, so that's when I started early 2016. When I said to myself, do you mean to tell me that my entire life experience up to this point, all this shit that I've been through, I manifested it? And not only did I manifest it, but I have the power to unmanifest this and manifest something huge, something big, something more successful than I've ever dreamed for you. Are you telling me that I can do that simply by changing my thoughts, changing my beliefs, changing my behaviors? Is that what you're telling me? Changing my perception of the world and changing my frequency? Is that you're telling me? Well, let me get this straight. I can go from this to a life that I couldn't even imagine for myself simply by doing these things. Watch me. That was my attitude. Watch me. I have nothing left to lose. Nothing left to lose. Like literally, when you get to that point in your life where you have nothing left to lose, you done lost it all. What the fuck else? Why not? Why not? Why not? And I mean, you meet some people out there, and and a lot of the people that a lot of them, dude, they're all dead now, almost all the people that I was involved with back then. A lot of people would get trapped in that. It's like a fucking mouse glue trap, A lot of people get stuck in that doo-doo hole, that rock bottom, that rock bottom. They're all dead now. They never climbed their way out, They never climbed their way out because they couldn't find a hope. They couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. They couldn't, you have to believe that it's possible. If you don't believe it's possible, it won't be. That's one of the things I had to do. I had to train myself. I had to convince myself that it's possible. It's possible for me to go from, the depths of doo-doo fucking hell, to something so successful I never could have imagined myself. You know what I mean? I think it's possible. I believe it's possible. That's the point. I believe it's possible. Most other people don't even believe it's possible. And it won't be if you don't. But anywho, I don't have a solid landing point for any of that. I don't. It's helping me wake up though. Oh, my back, y'all. Anyway. Anywho. Yeah. Yes. Oh. Yes, the universe has something in store specifically for you. Every individual, their universe has something in store for you. That's the world that we're moving into now. And it's kind of a rough transition, you know, training yourself to undo all those old thought patterns of chase money. Money. I have to chase money. We talked about this yesterday. I have to chase money. I have to have money. Money. I need money. I have to chase money. You know, to the point to where you have a heartbreaking number of people on this planet doing things that they hate because they have to have money. You know, we're getting out of that. That's not the world that we're moving into. Just to let you know. Remember my words right now. Remember my words here in the next few years. Remember me saying this. We're moving out of that world. Where you ain't gonna have to go chase money, you know? So what would you do with your time? What would you do with your time if you didn't have to worry about money? And nobody had to worry about money, you know? Nobody. Money wasn't an issue anymore. What would you do? Could you even imagine? Like seriously, what would you do? Think about how your entire next week or your entire month would change if money was not on your list of worries, not on your list of things. Your bills paid, okay. Everything's paid. You ain't gotta worry about that. You ain't gotta worry about whether or not you can afford groceries or food or whether or not you can afford to cook this nice meal. You know, you ain't gotta worry about none of that. That's all taken care of. What are you gonna do with your time when that is no longer on the list of shit that you think about, that you have to worry about? It's all taken care of. What are you going to do with your time? Think about it. Really put yourself there. Really think about what that would feel like. A lot of you, myself included, of course, I'm already living that. I mean, we're all headed there. I mean, I already know how me personally, I went fucking nuts. I went crazy, because when you don't have money or when you don't have as much money as you would like, you tend to think that would solve every problem. That solves a lot of problems. But when all those problems are taken care of, you start to realize, oh shit. Well, damn, now I have a whole frequency up under here that needs maintenance. It needs to be taken care of because money's not an issue. I'm not worried about whether or not my bills are going to get paid. I'm not worried about whether or not I can put gas in my car. I'm not worried about none of that. But I still feel, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with my time. I'm going nuts, Think about it. If you could imagine just being unemployed, you get laid off your job. Your company lays you off and says, here's, I don't know, 70 million, go nuts. Sounds cute. If you go nuts after a while, you go crazy. What the fuck am I going to do with my days? What am I going to do? That's when you have the time to focus on what you're passionate about. You start to realize, holy shit, I've been living my whole life chasing money. I don't even know what I'm interested in. I have no clue what I'm passionate about. I have no clue what hobbies I would enjoy. And then when money's taken care of, that part of you, you start to realize that just wanting to chase money is restless and bored. Restless as a motherfucker. Now what am I going to do? It's crazy. It's weird. Do we have any viewers? Anybody watching right now that's experienced that? Because we're all headed there. But I know there's got to be at least a few of you watching me right now that have gone from rags to riches, and you see you see that that didn't solve the problem. Oh no. Have you? Yeah. Yeah, okay. A couple of you? Gone from having absolutely nothing to having everything and more. Gone from zero to abundance and, you know? Well, that's where we're all headed. That's where we're all headed. Every last one of us. Every last one of us. That's where we're all headed. Think about it. Think about it. How's that going to change you as a person? How's that going to change you as a person? You know? I remember when I went from a homeless to the shelter. Oh man, dude, I'll never forget. This is when the penny dropped for me. When I very first got accepted into my first homeless shelter, and I felt like I hit the fucking lottery, dude. I mean, it was this big. It was called the Healing Place. Okay, in Louisville, Kentucky. I don't know if I have any Louisville people here. You've probably heard of the Healing Place, homeless shelter / recovery program. And I think they built a new one since I was in it. I was in the old one, but anyway, man, I remember they walked me up to my bunk bed. It was just this big, huge room with just bunk beds stacked up. It was like boot camp, basically. And I felt like I hit the lottery. It stunk. It smelled like sweaty feet and butt crack, you know? Open showers and toilets. You had to shit and shower in front of everybody. Just had a fucking, it was fucking boot camp, dude. You just had a bunk bed with a mat about that thin with like surrounded by 100 other dudes. And I was like, oh, thank you. Oh man, I was so thankful for that, dude. I was so fucking thankful for that. You know, because I went from, man, sleeping on the streets, you know, fucking hey, I never know when I'm gonna get my next clean pair of underwear. You know? Go 2-3 months without taking a shower unless somebody's lucky enough to let you step in and take a shower. You know? How nice it would be to just be able to have just a room, just a little square room with a mattress on the floor. I got arrested one time. One time I got arrested for public intoxication, sitting out next to a fast food restaurant, just sitting out there drinking, you know, a gallon of vodka because I didn't care. I got arrested. And I was like, yes. Oh, I get a mat and I get free food. You know what I mean? So, yeah, when I went from homeless to being in the shelter, dude, I realized I have taken so much shit for granted in my life. You know? And it's really easy to say that because I can remember people would always try to tell me, oh, there's people out here that have less than that. You're ungrateful. And I'd be like, oh, whatever, shut up. You know, whatever. You know what I mean? And then when I experienced it, oh yeah, I had taken everything in my life for granted. You don't know how blessed you are to be able to have a bathroom with a shower. How blessed you are just to have a mattress on the floor. You know what I mean? Or just to have this couch. Oh my God, this couch. Like, I'm so blessed just to have this couch. I never used to think like that until I lost everything, you know? So then, because see, the way the universe works is it has no choice but to mirror back to you the frequencies that you're emitting. I didn't fucking know this. The frequency I was emitting was complaining. All I did was bitch and complain about everything. I was one negative motherfucker. Every week at my job, I would open up my paycheck and my eyes would go straight to the deductions and I would look at what they took from me and I would spend the rest of the week bitching about how much they took from me and how much I'm not making and everything that I can't afford. And then the universe ripped everything away from me, you know, because I had the frequencies that I was emitting getting mirrored back to me, you know? If all I did was bitch and complain, the universe kept giving me things to bitch and complain about. I didn't know this. So shortly after I got into the homeless shelter, I started realizing that I have to be thankful. So I got into that homeless shelter. Yes, I'm so thankful for this. So now I'm changing the script. Now I'm emitting new frequencies. Oh shit, Rich is thankful. Okay, now we got to start giving Rich shit to be thankful for. And I haven't stopped doing that. You know, I went from a bunk bed, a shitty little bunk bed in a homeless shelter, and then to a transitionary home where I had my own little, it was just like a bedroom basically. You're renting out a bedroom in this big, huge house with 100 other dudes. These big, huge houses down there where you'd rent out a room, and it was a transitionary home. And then I went from that, and then when I got my first job, I met a coworker and started rooming with a coworker, and every little thing universe gave me, oh, thank you so much, thank you so much, and I haven't stopped being thankful. You know, I haven't stopped being thankful. Now I'm just as thankful for my 2-story, 7-bedroom house and my 2 brand new cars as I was for that bunk bed with that little mat in the homeless shelter. I'm just as thankful, and I'm still giving thanks to the universe for everything that I have. You know what I mean? We can't stop doing that. You know what I mean? Are you in Tennessee? Tennessee, yeah. You know, we kind of visited that corner of the map. Not quite Kentucky, Tennessee, but we were in Florida. That was the first time I've seen. I don't know, man. I just don't really like the East Coast. I don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it. See, I lived in Indiana, Kentucky, Maine, Ohio. I think that's it. As far as the states I've actually lived in over there, I just don't like it, man. I like the West Coast. I like it out here. I like it out here, but I like Vegas, man. I don't want to leave Vegas. Leah was saying the other day, she's like, I just have this feeling that we're probably not going to be stuck in Vegas. And she's pretty accurate. My intuition sucks when it comes to my own shit, you know? But she, with our little team, she can always, me and her are opposite. I can intuit somebody else's shit. Like I can intuit what's going on with you, and I can read your energy with no bias, no emotions, nothing, you know? But my own shit, I get all biased and emotional, like, and I can't hardly intuit my own life situation. She's the opposite. She can intuit what's going on with us in our own situation, but she can't do it for somebody else because she gets all scared and freaked out, you know? So she kind of had this, she's like, I don't know if we're going to be here in Vegas. And I'm like, damn it, man. She's usually pretty accurate when she says things like that, you know? She's usually pretty accurate, but oh, well, I don't really care. I just don't want to go to fucking California. I will, if that's where universe puts us. I will. I just really don't want to. I don't want to go to fucking California, dude. I don't like it there. I mean, it's beautiful, dude. Of all the states that I've been to, California is probably the prettiest one to look at. It's probably the prettiest one to look at. But they got to do something about the vibe of that place. Man, y'all California starseeds got to get to work on the grid out there, man. Oh, the vibe is so nasty. Oh, the vibe is nasty. You know? Bah. Not a good vibe. Not a good vibe. Have a good one. Have a good one, Janine. Have fun. Have a good day. What's happening, y'all? But anyway, what was I saying? I don't even remember. Oh, yeah. I want to stay here, dude. I want to stay here. I want to stay in Vegas. I digs it here now. I digs it here. Specifically Henderson. I would love to stay in Henderson. If I have any, and I'm starting to notice I have a lot more locals commenting on my videos. I'm in Henderson. Ain't no way in hell you would ever catch me fucking living in North Las Vegas. Sorry. I don't mean to offend anybody that lives there. That's a shithole. I would leave Vegas before I lived there. I wouldn't live in North Las Vegas. No. It's gross over there. I try to avoid that place. I try to avoid that place. I like Henderson, man. Henderson is nice. It is nice and pretty out here. It's nice and clean and shit, you know. I'd love to stay here. New Mexico? Yeah, I've been through there. You're on the north side, it's not? Oh, I knew I was going to offend somebody. I don't know. Everywhere I go in North Las Vegas, it just looks like a shithole, dude. I must be going to the wrong places because it looks nasty. It looks nasty every time we drive through there, or if we have like this. Last year, we signed the kids up for gymnastics, and it was in North Las Vegas. And maybe we just went to the wrong place because it was gross, dude. It was nasty looking. Bums all over the street, everywhere, you know, and shit. It was just like, trash all over the ground. You know, everywhere you turn is just trash and shit all over the ground, and just bums walking around. You know, homeless people walking around talking to themselves with underwear on their head. You know what I mean? That type of shit is just, That's my that's what I think, because every time we've been to North Las Vegas, that's what it looks like out there. Out in Henderson, though, man, fucking clean, pristine. I know I sound kind of snobby right now, but I like it out here, man. I like Henderson. I don't want to leave Henderson. It's pretty out here. It's pretty. Yeah. No, I shit you not, man. You have any idea? Like, I don't know what it is with the people out here. Do you come out? I don't know. I don't know what it is with the homeless people out here, dude. There was this one dude, and I ended up giving him like $50 one day. He wasn't bumming or panhandling or nothing like that, but I just see him walk around, and I would see him walking up and down the streets. I thought he was a black guy. Until I was standing in front of him in line, or right behind him in line at the store. He was a white guy. He was just really dirty. I shit you not. His skin was the color of my hat. It was dirt. It was filth. That's how filthy he was. I swear, dude. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I couldn't tell until I got like real close. You know what I mean? It was just a really fucking dirty white guy. You know? And these people, like, he was like real skinny. His legs were like this big around, and he would walk around talking to himself, carrying on conversations with himself, you know? And yes, I have seen some people, you will see people that put underwear on their head and start dancing in the middle of the street and shit. Like, man, in Vegas bums, man. I don't know what the drugs are on the streets out there. I don't know, man, but it's, oh yeah. Sometimes you gotta watch your back, like, whoa, you know? Street that's a letter name? I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know the street names or the map very well. I don't know. I'm up here. I'll tell you, I'll give you a hint as to my area. I'm not gonna like narrow it down too much to where you'll be able to find my street, but I'm near Seven Hills. I'll just put it that way. I don't live in Seven Hills, but I'm up, it's like Seven Hills. If I leave my neighborhood in a car, it's like 2 minutes up the street from Seven Hills is where I'm at. So, yep, that's where I'm at. In Henderson, right off of Eastern. So, yeah. So I would love to stay here. I would love to. Who knows though, man? Who knows? Close to DJ who? I don't know who that is. Don't know if you want to leave Tennessee. Well, if you ever decide to come out here, man, I don't know. Vegas is one of those places I've always said I think everybody should visit here once. But if you're going to live here, I guess I don't know. It has to depend on the area, I guess. It has to depend on the area. Somebody just said North Las Vegas isn't really all that bad. I'd have to see that area that's not that bad, because every area in North Las Vegas that I've been to personally is a doo-doo hole, dude. Doo-doo hole, you know? But of course, too, and this is another thing that I didn't know until very recently, so I may be sounding kind of snobby, because I didn't know that we've had people tell us that they find out we live in Henderson and they just assume that we're rich and we have money and shit, you know? We have money. I wouldn't consider us rich. Not rich, because we're not millionaires. We do make a lot, but not 7 figures. It is 6 figures, you know? But people just assume that you have money when they find out you live in Henderson, you know? They just assume that you have money. Oh, you live in Henderson. Oh, you got money. I'm like, what? Seriously? We've heard several people say that. The first time I heard it was at the comedy show. I think I told you all this a few weeks ago. The comedy show we went to. You know, the comedians would not quit picking on me and Leah, because Leah dressed up and was looking all fine, dude, had her sparkly, glittery dress on and shit, so they would not leave us alone. So where are y'all from? Oh, we're locals. Oh, you're locals. Where in Vegas do you live? Henderson. Oh, Henderson, y'all got money then, you know? That dude, yeah, pointing to me saying his watch probably costs more than my whole outfit, you know? And I'm like, kind of made me feel a little bit weird. And I'm like, is that what people really think? And apparently, from a few people that I've talked to, yeah, that's a lot of people think that just because you live in Henderson means you have money. I'm like, what? Really? I don't know. It is nice though. Really, really, really super nice. And there are a lot of mansions. There's mansions like up the road from us in Seven Hills and shit. You know? So no, I'm not a 1% guy. Hell no. No. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. I think cleanliness is oh yeah. I guess so. Think it's you got money because you're clean, you know? Yeah. I mean, personally, if you think about it, my rent is probably pretty cheap compared, you know, we pay a little over $3,000 a month rent here. But for the size of this house, you know, I've been to places where you pay $3,000 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment, like in LA, New York City. You would pay to live in a studio 1-bedroom apartment in New York City what I pay to live in a 7-bedroom home, a 7-bedroom 2-story house. So I think it's probably pretty cheap here. It's probably pretty cheap. I have a hard time judging things like that because I just don't look at money the way I used to. But I think my rent's probably pretty cheap. You know? Way cheap, yeah. Way cheaper than other cities, you know? And the house is for sale out here. This house sold, of course this was 10 years ago, but still, this house sold for $400,000. Man, where I'm from, this house will be no less than $1 million. Where I'm from, you know? So, LA, what? Hang on. In a tiny house, 1,600? Wow, damn. Yeah, so I know that somebody was asking me that one time in one of these chats, is it cheap to live out here? I think so. Because yeah, 3,000 for this. And like I said, I've seen in places in California, 3,000, you know, for like a 1-2-bedroom apartment. Maybe even more. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure of what you would pay in other places, you know, but yeah, it's probably pretty cheap here though. Have 100 acres and a 10-bedroom for 400,000. I don't know. Whenever we buy a house, I'd kind of like to go up in the million dollar, you know, market. Probably. I don't know. We're so torn. We're torn between whether or not we want a bigger house or a smaller house. We can't figure it out. I think though that when we buy a house, we want a 1-story. I don't mind a big house, but we're tired of the 2 stories. Tired of having to go up and down the stairs. You know what I mean? Tired of having to go up and down the stairs. So I'd rather have like a 1-story that's just spread out, you know? So yeah, I like Summerlin. It's pretty out there. I do like Summerlin. It's kind of like secluded, the places that I've been to. And plus, I'm pretty sure that's where our real estate friends live. We're going to be going through a couple of friends that we know personally when we do buy a house. Because they have like their own real estate business or whatever. It's a husband and wife that we're kind of friends with. And we're going to go through them. And they live out there in Summerlin. And it's nice out there. I live in Summerlin. That's like the opposite. Isn't Summerlin past North Las Vegas? I think it is. From here in Henderson, I think you go, you know, towards downtown, then you pass up the strip, and then there's North Las Vegas, and then Summerlin. Isn't that right? Am I getting it? I think that's correct how that goes. I think so. But anyway, I don't know. That won't be until next year sometime that we start doing that. I don't know. I'm just trying not to accumulate any more shit. Because moving is not going to be fun. Dude, when we first moved in here, I mean, it took us forever to fill this house up with furniture. Now it's filled up. We first moved in here, we had nothing. This house was a big empty shell. You know, when we went from living in a little bitty apartment to this house, it was this house, whole house was empty. We filled it up. Everything that we had in that apartment, we filled up in this house. That was our kitchen table. No shit. The table that I read, that right there, that I do my videos on, that was our kitchen table when we lived in the apartment. I shit you not, dude. I shit you not. That's how little of stuff we came here with, you know? Now next year we're gonna have to pack it all up and move. But I'm moving my plants myself, and fucking movers aren't touching my shit. They're not touching my shit. I got some new ones. Here, look, I got a little shelf up here. Look, check it out. Look, I got a new shelf. And I put it right here where the sun can hit it. I got the blinds closed right now. But I got some of my favorite ones. These got to grow out a little bit. Like this little dude right here. I gave him a little twisty action right here. Got this one kind of fanned out and looking neat. I think they need some water. No, that guy's good. This little dude here needs some water though. Hang on. Hold up. All right, I gotta give this little dude some water. He's thirsty. There we go. There we go. There we go, little buddy. Get your drink of water. Man, I feel like my plants are like my pets, dude. It's weird. That's another thing, talking about moving up into frequencies. You know what I mean? That's another strange side effect of moving up in vibration, is feeling connected to the plant life. That's really weird. You know? I view my plants the same way I view my cats. I swear. And it feels kind of weird, like talking to them sometimes. Tell them you love them and shit, and they respond to it too. They respond to it. They can feel it. There we go. Hang on. All right. Anyway, yeah, I feel connected to the plant life, dude. Very connected. Like it feels just like my pets. Just like my pets. Here's my ficus. This little dude here is going to be cool when it gets bigger and all these branches become more mature. And my good luck charm. This is my good luck charm. I don't know why. What is so cool about this one here? I didn't make this one. I didn't style this one. I saw this one on Etsy. Pot and everything. Look at that pot. Isn't that a cool pot? This is just so cool, man. This little dude right here is just so fucking cool. You're cool. I like you. And this is my good luck charm. Anyway, they're all good luck charms. My other one, I always bring one next to the bed to sleep at night too. I always bring a tree next to the bed. This one needs water too. Hang on, y'all. Sorry. Y'all probably like, man, Rich is neglecting us and playing with his plants. Hang on, y'all. It's no different than when my cats are hungry. All right. Hold up. Okie dokie. All right, I'm done. Felt they were thirsty. I had to take care of them. Yeah, very, very, very weird side effect of moving up in frequencies is how do you start feeling connected to it, to plant life like that, you know? It's like just, they feel like my cats, man. They feel like my pets, you know? Here's another little, this is a fire barrel right here. This little dude is cool. Seems to be growing pretty good indoors, but these things get huge. Y'all ever see those big red cacti? Those big red ones with the red spines? They get huge, that's what this is. And I got another one right here. You know, probably don't care, but this is what lights my fire. This is what makes me feel passionate. I want a nursery, dude. Or just one of my own. I don't care to like make a business out of it. I just want my own damn nursery. Just for me, you know? Just for me. It probably would have to end up turning into a business though, because like it's getting to the point now with my bonsais, like I said, I'm gonna have to start selling them. I'm gonna have to, because I'm not gonna have any room. I'm not have anywhere to keep them. I'm gonna have to start selling them. I don't want to part with anything that I get, you know what I mean? Yeah, we got a lot of nurseries here too. But they don't, man, they got the nurseries here, phenomenal cactus selection, palm trees, you know, but the Shimpaku Chinese juniper and the Japanese dwarf garden juniper, the two most badass junipers to make bonsais out of, they don't sell. Can't find them anywhere here in Vegas. The only way for me to get the kind of juniper I need is to go to Chinatown. I have to go to Chinatown to a little wholesale, you know, it's called Hoshin Trading. It's this little bitty hole in the wall where you can go in and I don't know where they get them from because I've been to all the nurseries around here and I can't find that shit anywhere. But they're kind of already like, it'll be a juniper in a bonsai pot, just grown out. You can trim it and style it yourself, but I like to get the just the raw nursery stock and trim it up and shit myself, you know. It's fun. The names of the plants. Yeah. 900 for an apartment. Yeah. Damn it, I picked a scab. I'm bleeding now. Secret Life of Plants. That'd be cool. Yeah, I might dig that. No, well, I don't know what Star Nursery, you live in Vegas, right? Because the Star Nursery out here in Henderson does not have the type of junipers that I need. They don't. They got a few different types of junipers, but not the kind that I need. Hang on, y'all, I gotta get it. Hold up. Picked a scab on my nose and it's bleeding now. Anyway, no, the Star Nursery out here in Henderson, they got all kinds of junipers, but Chinatown, yeah. In Chinatown, that Hoshin Trading, if you go in there, it's like this little bitty hole in the wall back in there. And that's where I got this one, this big one here. I got this one there. But yeah, I like to be able to get the raw nursery stock. I say raw, but you know what I mean. Like it's just a piece of nursery stock just in a grower's pot. And I like to trim it up myself and style it myself and get my own bonsai pot, you know? Like this one here. This one here is one that I ordered on Amazon. You know, and it's just the next, see, I just ordered the other day because I wish I would have showed y'all. I posted it on Facebook. I ordered a Shimpaku Chinese juniper from Etsy and it came in and I trimmed it up and styled it into one of the best trees that I've ever done. And I gifted it to Coach Drew because he's the one that got me into bonsais because he gifted me my very first one. So I gifted him that one. Now I got another one coming and it ships bare root, no pot. And that's what this is gonna be for. But I can't find them in any of the Star nurseries around here. Not the kind that I need. Dragon's blood tree. Somebody said something about that the other day. Somebody said something about that the other day, but I'll have to look into that because I've seen that in the comments a few times. Dragon's blood tree or whatever. It is getting close to time for me to get out of here, though. We just cracked an hour. Kids are probably up and hungry. Give them a little bowl of cereal or whatever. I don't know, I might cook pancakes this morning. I don't know. But yeah, I am gonna go ahead and hop on out of here, y'all. I didn't realize how much time flew by. It's already been an hour. So, I don't know how many personal readings I have to do today, but I'm gonna do the best that I can to get like the rest of the bonuses done. I'd like to be able to knock all those out, the July bonuses, you know, so. Anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day.